Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us today at the first edition of the Label French Tech Expo. So it's 10 a.m. Paris time, which marks the start of our webinar. I don't know what time it is in your countries, as I know that we have registrants from all over the world, so don't hesitate to tell us in the live chat which country you are from. So first of all, we're going to start with small introductory videos that were filmed by the directors of SMAG Graphique, SERAME, CODIMAG, GIC, and MGE. After that, we're going to have PowerPoint presentations that will last around 30 minutes, and then we will move to the most exciting part of this webinar, which is the live demonstrations of our machines. So starting with a video from CODIMAG.
Hi everyone, I'm Benoît Demol, the CEO of CODIMAG. CODIMAG is a proud member of the Label French Tech Club, and during these days of the Label French Tech Expo, I would like to highlight innovation. At CODIMAG Innovation, it's a unique printing system called ANNIE.lox. But what I will highlight even more is the complementarity of our solutions from several manufacturers and show you what we can do from technology made in France. As we said, CODIMAG, let's print the future together.
A video of Frank from GIC.
Hello everybody, my name is f.vitali. I am the export manager of the company GIC. In March, we had the opportunity to create the Label French Tech Club, which brings together 5 French manufacturers. This club has allowed us to develop a real synergy, both industrial and technological. One of the strong points of this label being the complementarity of each company with a real owner. As you have understood, this partnership is much more than a label, but above all to be able to offer a customer solution with a high added value. In conclusion, I'm very proud to be a member of the French Label Tech. Thank you and see you soon.
Mr. Stéphane Rateau from SMAG Graphique.
Hi, I'm Stéphane Rateau, and I'm the Managing Director of SMAG. With the 4 other members, I'm very proud to be part of the Label French Tech group. Why the Label French Tech? There are many reasons. I give you 2. First of all, sharing. This is important to share all together our experiences, our problems, our business success story. Second reason is technology exchange. All of us have a very good know-how, and this is also very crucial to be able to exchange on a horizontal partnership some technology. In conclusion, union is making the strength. Vive le Label French Tech, thanks to the Label French Tech.
Speaking of SMAG Graphique, I forgot to introduce myself. So my name is Hiba, and I'm the marketing manager of SMAG Graphique. So now we're going to watch a small video from Charles from SERAME.
Hello everyone and welcome at SERAME. My name is Charles Dernoncourt and I'm the happy CEO of SERAME, a company specialized in designing and manufacturing non-stop equipment for adhesive label printers. I'm very pleased to welcome you and introduce you our technology during the Label French Tech Expo, together with MGE, GIC, SMAG and CODIMAG. It is important for us to introduce you our complementary technologies. Complementary is the keyword for the Label French Tech Club because all our technologies are different, but we can work together to give you the best answer and we can cover all your needs. I wish you a very good live demo and I will be pleased to answer your questions right after the demonstration. Thank you.
Then we have Mr. Vabergel from MGI.
Welcome to MGI Digital Technology. My name is Victor Vabergel and I am the Executive Vice President. Today, 5 French manufacturers decided to create an association, the Label French Tech Club, in order to give the possibility to the industry in the COVID-19 situation to discover their own technology. For that, a virtual exhibition has been set up, the Label French Tech Expo, and during this Label French Tech Expo, MGI will introduce you on the virtual presentations
the Jet Varnish 3DW roll-to-roll, a digital press dedicated for the embellishment of labels and flexible packaging. Enjoy the presentation, and I tell you, thank you very much and see you soon.
So just a small reminder, MGI are hosting their webinar on Google Meet. So in order to receive the logins, please register at labelfrenchtech.com. Okay, so now moving to small videos from our partners. So starting with a video from VFP.
Hello everyone. VFP Ink Technologies is a French company with 25 years of experience in innovation, development and selling ink for the screen printing process. We have a long-term experience and partnership with SMAG, and we are here today to support them during the Label French Tech Expo. We are going to present you a UV-based ink where the color changes depending on the angle of the light. My name is Vincent Carniato, and I am a business unit manager.
So we have Ms. Van Raffelgem from our partner ARCONVERT.
Hello, this is Erica van Raffelgem, sales manager at ARCONVERT with Drama from the Fedrigoni Group. We are producers of self-adhesive material for labels, specializing in wine and luxury labels, among others. We are really thrilled to be here at this Label French Tech Expo, as we believe this is a fantastic occasion to put together all of our know-how and to work to have this kind of meeting point where we can exchange all of those who intervene in the manufacture of an excellent label.
We also have Ms. Muriel Burgada, CEO of EPGA.
Hi, my name is Muriel Burgada. I'm CEO at EPGA. We are located in France, and for more than 40 years we supply engraved tools for hot stampings and embossing dies. Thanks to the invitation of the Label French Tech members, we are glad to participate to this adventure. It's a great opportunity for all of us to share know-how, skills and technology between customers and manufacturers. More than ever, we have to stay united and keep going forward for all together. Thanks for the Label French Tech members for this great energy. Thanks.
And finally, Ms. Thielen from INNOVIA Films.
Hello, INNOVIA Film is a producer of bio-oriented polypropylene-based film for labels, either pressure-sensitive, wraparound, cut and stack, or in mold. Today we are very happy to focus on our films for in-mold labels. We believe that the Label French Tech Expo is a great opportunity to share our experience and get to know each other better. I'm Isabelle.thielen, INNOVIA sales representative in France.
Okay, so after this small introduction, we're going to start our PowerPoint presentations and starting with CODIMAG. Hi, Benoit.
Hi, Bat. Hi, everyone. I'm really thrilled to be with you today and to introduce this presentation with CODIMAG. At CODIMAG, our motto is "Print the Future Together." Usually, it's a motto for CODIMAG and our customers. But today, I'm also proud to count in this team all the members of the Label French Tech Club. So, what do we do at CODIMAG? We are designing and manufacturing semi-rotary presses for the label and packaging industries with a goal that aims at improve the margins of our customers and offer them the opportunity to expand their markets. We are doing it thanks to our unique technology called ANNIFlow. ANNIFlow, it's a unique printing system that combines the quality of offsets, the productivity of flexo, and the flexibility of digital. The quality of offset, because we are using offset waterless plates, so we can reach the most demanding markets and the utmost quality of printing by using offsets. Flexo productivity, because we can print up to 85 meters per minute but also, even if we are semi-rotary, we can reach this very high speed and also reduce the setup time and waste because we can change the job very easily. You will see it live during the demo, and thanks to that, you increase also your productivity. And also digital flexibility, because in a market where the runs are becoming shorter and shorter, we have to improve the flexibility of the machines. And for that, with AnyFlow, you can print in expanded gamut printing and then reduce setup time and waste and improve your flexibility. So AnyFlow, it's an inking system using an annie.lox and an offset process. The annie.lox avoids you to have all the inky settings that you may know in offsets, but also you have an inconsistency along and across the web. This is really a system that eases the process. Then you have a formula blanket. This formula blanket is transferring the ink from the annie.lox to the plate, and thanks to this system, you don't have any ghosting, you don't have any inertia. That means if you want to adjust the ink in the annie.lox, and I will show you later during the demo how you can do it very easily. Thanks to that, you have in only 4 cycles, 4 formats, the new ink quantity on the substrate. The waterless offset plate, so it's a plate that can be imaged with a conventional offset CTP, and thanks to that, you have the finest definition and the highest resolution thanks to offset. Also, you don't have any ink water balance, so you reduce the variables inside the process and get the results immediately. And of course, we are using a blanket. Thanks to that, we can print on any substrate, such as paper, plastics, cardboard, in mold, and so on. You will see during the demo. We have a very different technology at CODIMAG because we want to offer our customers a real differentiation on the market. This difference is by printing differently from your competitor, you can achieve new markets, improve your margin, and then expand your business. But also at CODIMAG, we are a small team dedicated to our customers, the workers here at CODIMAG, and also all the agents we have all over the world that are part of the CODIMAG team. And one important philosophy in the way we are working with our customers is we want to refuse planned obsolescence. Because you invest in a machine for a long time, you deserve a machine working for a long time. And our machines are. So the performance of the AnyFlow in 2 figures. I will take the example of a recent customer who has made 16 different jobs, roughly 7,600 meters of production, with 2 different varnishes, 3 different die cuts, 2 different substrates in only 4 hours of production and only 1 operator. I think these figures are really showing what are the performance of the AnyFlow and what you can reach as a performance for, with our machine. About CODIMAG numbers, we have more than 400 AnyFlow units all over the world. 1 year and 9 months. It's an important figure. It's the average time between the first AnyFlow installed at a customer and the second reinvestment in an AnyFlow. We have 320 years cumulative experience at CODIMAG, so we know precisely what we are doing. You can save up to 200,000 euros per year on flexoplates. You are wasting on average 12 minutes and 29 meters during setup time between 2 jobs on the Viva 340 Evolution you will see in our factory, and you can print up to 85 meters per minute. Our team, so here is the sales team, the sales CODIMAG team, with Pierre Panel for export, Jean-Claude Léger for France, and me. Of course, we have all of our agents all over the world. I think that some of our agents are viewing this video. Hi, everyone. And of course, don't hesitate to contact us anytime. I'm pretty sure we have the answer to your requests. So thank you, everyone. Merci. See you soon at CODIMAG in France or somewhere else in the world. Maybe in live, maybe by video, but we always be available for you.
Thank you very much, Benoit. So now I'm going to welcome Frank from GIC. Hi, Frank.
Hi, Ebat.
So now moving to the GIC presentation. So just so you know, the live demonstrations will start in around 30 minutes.
So thank you, Ebat, and thank you for being with us for this first edition of the Label French Tech. My name is f.vitali. I'm the export manager for GIC, and I'm pleased to be with you for present our company. For those who don't know us, we are a French designer specialized in manufacture and distribution of industrial equipment dedicated to the graphic art field. GIC was created in '94 by Bruno Vitali. From the start, R&D has been at the heart of your project, and he has enabled us to develop how brand GIC concept. For more than 25 years, GIC has been innovating and developing finishing solutions in line with today's market and tomorrow's new expectations. One of the years, the GIC concept range has developed and offered finishing products in the field of RFID, adhesive label, and digital. Our capacity of adaptation also allowed us to respond to a specific request for a specific product. The many years of research and development have enabled us to export our products all over the world and be present on 5 continents. And also, it's important to have some distributor. I see here inline, so hello everybody. And it's important to inform you, this growth has also led us to extend your production tool with an extension of more 2,000 square meters and develop without limit the machine of tomorrow. And I hope we have the pleasure to welcome you there next year if the time is better for physically, but for sure we have some video on if it's possible. Now I'm going to present you a little bit the different range existing to the GIC concept machine, so the Dixie Taginov and Digiline. So we are starting with the Dixie range. It covers a various solution in the field of all adhesive label and flexible packaging. For example, on your left, you can see the Dixie Cut 350. It's a semi-rotary cutting solution for label. This equipment, it's ideal to complete a digital press, and for sure we can add some different tool on, like the flexographic unit for the application of varnish or cold foil. On the right, you can see another type of machine, the Dixie DIN A4. It's an adhesive converting solution. It's oriented for the production of A4 or A5 sheet at high speed, and it's equipped with different modules, so flexo unit, rotary waste, and a non-stop automatic stacker. This solution can be also completed with a SERAME non-stop rewinder, allowing you to offer a reel-to-reel solution. Here you have some example of the add-on module included in this range. It's an adaptable module, like for example the stacker, the automatic stacker, and it can be coupled to an existing rotary production machine. And this offers a new solution to reach a new market for the printing. Also, cutting or bending module are respond to the increasingly smaller and more specific production requirements. Now, one of the other range is the Taginov. It includes all the machines dedicated to the RFID. We are focusing on this technology for many years and is facing an increasing demand in the market. It's a sector it changed constantly, and technological advances are paving the way for the digitalization of packaging and labels. More and more products and sectors are integrating this technology into their packaging product for identify, track, or manage the product. RFID labels are a real traceability tool. Now, just a little talk about the technology of tomorrow. We are constantly researching in order to offer you a solution in line with a changing market. The next notable development that we are currently working on the electronic printing, which is seeing an increased demand or an RFID and for the direct marketing too. Like Ibat says and Benoit says, we continue with a demonstration. And today we are going to present you the DT44 IML. And we are really pleased to print and cut the EMF film from your partner, INNOVIA. I stay there for the next presentation. Thank you for your attention. I wish you a pleasant day and a good Label French Tech. Thank you and see you for the demonstration.
Thank you very much, Frank, for this presentation. So now I'm going to pass on the...
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Ibat. So thank you for the line and welcome to all of you on the Label French Tech Expo. I am ddemeo. I'm the export manager for SMAG, and I will briefly present you the company. SMAG is a family-owned company established since 1980 and located in the south of Paris. And we have 5,000 square meters of facilities that allows us to produce completely from the raw material all the components of our machine. So including welding, painting, and also as well electrical and software components. We have also, of course, our service and spare parts department, as well as the R&D. Worldwide, we rely on our sales and service network, and we can count on an install base of over 1,000 machines. Our mission through the years has been to create innovative and modular multi-process solution for the high added value on the self-adhesive labels, but also, and more recently, adding the RFID and NFC technology, as well as the most recent printed electronics. Our expertise is, well, now based on one of the widest range of solutions that we can offer, from printing processes to finishing and converting. And moreover, I would say it includes special projects and customized solutions. So speaking about printing processes, we can offer solution for flat belt 6-screen printing, rotary or semi-rotary flexo printing, inkjet printing modules, of course, for variable data printing, but also hot foils for embossing, for foiling, and also holograms. These processes are supported by exclusive and non-exclusive drying technologies such as hot air, infrared, and also UV and LED, but most special curing processes like near infrared or photonic UV for the conductive inks. And also, I would add special application for the solvent ink with the hot air drying tunnel, which include a 9-meter long tunnel with hot air efficiencies. Speaking about converting and finishing, we offer a solution for lamination, RFID and NFC tag insertion, but also, thanks to Voyantic, the encoding and the controlling of the information of the tags, and NFC chips, inkjet variable data printing, and also 100% inspection with a dedicated module where you can have installed system worldwide known such as AVT or Nyquist. And finally, die cutting solution with the flatbed solution, the laser solution, or the rotary and semi-rotary solution. So well, the icon line is aimed to bring together all these solutions according to your need, so to create, to inspect, to finish, and to identify. Icon line offer different configuration. The iConcept that we will see in about 10 minutes in a live demonstration with the most complete printing, finishing, and converting processes. The iConvert for the post-printing converting, so varnishing and die cutting, with the correspondent entry-level compact solution iConvert Lite. And also post-printing inspection with the iControl that take over from the icon line the very specific element for the inspection, and with, as the iConvert, the compact machine iControl Lite. A dedicated line for the conductive inks and printed electronics is the iContact that has an exclusive stop-and-go web pass to allow to not to touch the front side of the material to avoid any risk of scratching and contamination. And finally, the connectivity. So with two dedicated machines that can be also integrated with all the processes of the icon line, but in that case you can see the icon XC for the insertion of the tag inside the label, and the Iconic E that is equipped with either traditional inspection system for the aesthetical inspection of the label, but also antennas to encode and to control the non-material information and added value of the label. So Icon Line is a fully modular platform where, depending on your current and moreover your future need, you can play with the modules and configure your own machine for now and for the future, since all the Icon Line machines are perfectly compatible and can evolve in the future. Well, thank you for the time, and please do not hesitate to contact our team for any information you may need. I pass the line to Charles.
Hey, thank you, Dario.
Hi, Charles.
Hello, Ida.
All right, so now we're moving to a presentation from SERAME. Just wanted to tell you that you're going to find all the contact information of our companies and our partners in the description box, and also you have a phone number if you have questions and that you can't use the YouTube or the Facebook live chat.
Thank you, Iba. Hello, everyone. Welcome at this live demo and presentation. I'm Charles Dernoncourt, and I'm the CEO of SERAME. SERAME, we are a specialized company in non-stop equipment. We are also a designer and manufacturer. So we're a French company based in the north of France. We are an hour from Brussels, 2 hours from London and Paris. We have been in that specific business for over 50 years, and today we can count over 600 installations all around. Our team can intervene worldwide to do setups, maintenance, or to train your operators on our machine. At SERAME, we have a unique objective is to bring value added to your industrial processes, but also comfort and security for your operators. Our know-how is to be able to handle and manipulate flexible material, such as adhesive paper, films, but also non-woven, and we're able to manage the width from the smallest, 20 millimeters, to the biggest, 4,000 millimeters. At SERAME, we have 3 pillars. The first is to have a positive impact on our environment. For that, we work as much locally as possible with world-class suppliers, and we will always choose the best components, even if they are not local. The second pillar is the performance of our machine. As said before, we work with premium suppliers, which have parts available worldwide. Also, we have a remote access to all our machine, so that we're able to provide remote maintenance or diagnosis. And third and last pillar, but the most important, it's you, our customer. We have one philosophy in our engineering department, is what we call KISS, so keep it simple and stupid. What does that mean? It means that all our projects are made from an operator's standpoint, with the objective to limit his duties and to ease his life as much as possible. We'll see on this slide an example of our philosophy on our non-stop turret rewinder heavy duty. So it handles rolls of 800 millimeters that needs to be ejected automatically, but also needs to be compatible to the smallest roll diameter, so 200. And our customer for that specific project wanted an automatic ejection that can handle both, but also that has no impact on the original design or performance of the machine. So that's, for example, something we do. As you understood, SERAME, we are specialized in non-stop equipment. And now we can see how can SERAME is able to help you to be more productive, and what are the sources of time loss and non-productivity. As of today, you still stop your line for the master roll change. No worries for that. Our non-stop unwinder with butt-to-butt splice will eliminate those machine stop for the master roll change. Other advantage of our non-stop unwinder is the stock and the remainers management. But also you can unwind your master roll to the very end of the roll and then launch the butt-to-butt splice, so you don't waste any more material. So that's the design of our machine. So you have the two rolls that needs to be unwinded one after the other. On the top you have the accumulator, which is horizontal to limit the footprint in your facility. And just to give you an example, we've made with a customer an exercise, and the data we found is that if you stop your machine for the master roll change 6 times a day, at the end of the year, you will have lost 220 hours of productivity, of production. But thanks to our solution and our non-stop unwinder, those 220 hours lost will now become productive. What are the other sources of machine stop and time loss? It's the finishing, the fact to have a printed master roll and to create very small rolls. And it always happens that your finishing zone is overbooked. And sometimes it happens that the packaging and the converting from a master roll to a small roll will take more time than the printing itself. And for that, our wide range of non-stop rewinders will answer perfectly to all of your needs. What you have to know is that all our non-stop rewinder are compatible with any kind of printing machine, whether it be flexo, digital, or offset, such as our partner CODIMAG. But we're also compatible with finishing and embellishing machine, like our friends from GIC or SMAG. Here on the screen, no, previous slide, please. Here on the screen, you see our non-stop rewinder with 2 spindles, so 2 air shafts. So basically, you don't stop, you cut and splice at printing speed. Here, the rewinding diameter roll is 400 millimeter, and we have a minimum cycle time of 35 seconds, which means you can do around 2 cycles a minute. That's an important data. You need to correlate, to bring that to your printing speed to see if it can be the accurate product. If not, I would advise you to move on the 4-spindle turret rewinder, which is more dedicated to smaller rolls, very short run. Here the cycle time goes down to 17 seconds, so you can basically do 3 cycles a minute. So if you go full speed of the rewinder, let's say 150 meters per minute, you can do roll of 50 linear meter at full speed, which is very interesting. All our rewinder, we go from 10-inch to 20-inch, and on some specific projects, to 26 inches. Our next non-stop rewinder is our AV duty non-stop rewinder, so dedicated to big rolls. It was originally created for the laminate printing, so thick material, so you arrive to big roll diameter with a very short linear footage. And here the non-stop is not an option, it's almost mandatory. And finally, we have our non-stop 2x2 spindle on the next slide, please. Thank you. So here it's basically it's a regular non-stop with 2 spindles, but there is one above the other. So you can do quincux non-stop rewinding. So if you can't do upfront rewinding, that's the only solution you have to do inline printing and finishing with those kind of equipment. SERAME, we also manufacture of more bigger machine, like converting machine for blank labels, and here you'll find our machine with 2 rotary die cutting units and a fully equipped non-stop turret rewinder, maybe on the next slide. So here that's the 2 die cutting units, the matrix rewinding, and the non-stop 4-shaft with all options. What I didn't say before, but it is important to know, is all our non-stop turret rewinder have options to bring more productivity and less tasks that has no value added for your operators to do, such as core loading, roll ejection, roll closing, automatic gluing. All that we can bring automation to those tasks to have more, so you can have more time for your operator. Thank you, Iba. I'm good with my presentation. Thanks for your attention, and I will see you right after during the live demo.
Thank you very much, Charles, for this presentation. From now, it's only going to be 10 minutes or less before the start of our live demonstrations. I'm just going to present very quickly the know-how of our partners that we thank a lot for being with us today. So we're going to start with a presentation from VFP.
Hi everyone, Jeremy with VFP Ink Technologies. Thank you for attending these webinars. I'll try to give you a very quick introduction of what we do. So we've been created in 1936 and we've come a long way since then. We manufacture screen printing inks both for flatbed and rotary screen. Everything is manufactured in France and we resell our products in about 40 countries today through direct customers or distributors. So we work in different businesses. We'll focus today on the labels and print electronics. Keep in mind that cards is our #1 business for international sales, and we also provide inks for graphic and industrial printing, but we'll briefly focus on the labels and print electronics today. So worldwide, we provide full service, meaning we have color matching and technical knowledge on basically any country, either through distribution or direct to customers for technical assistance and sales support. And today, as we cannot travel as we would like, we can organize, and we do organize, webinars for technical training and on-site assistance. So here are a few examples of what we provide for the labels industry. You've got tactile varnishes, glossy matte varnishes, selective foiling instead of having a new mold created for every foiling. So that's a very brief introduction. You can have a lot more details on our website or when getting in touch with someone at VFP. Regarding print electronics, here are a few examples of what we've displayed during the Label Expo show in Brussels, Belgium last year. Smart labels can allow you to create sounds, music, or lights, or interact with your smartphone with printed circuits behind the label. So as I just mentioned, we can organize webinars and technical training online. So please feel free to, we have a form online, so feel free to send us an email or fill that form and we'll direct you to the right person to organize that at your convenience. All right, well, thank you everyone for your attention. We should have someone here during the webinar from VFP, either from France or for the export sales team. So please feel free to ask questions or send an email at info@vfp-ink.com. Thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
So EPGA is a company that was founded in 1969. It's based in Lyon in France and has an infrastructure that allows it to accompany you promptly in your developments and answer all your demands. So it also has its own protection plan and traces its waste strictly in agreement with the actual standards. It offers solutions for hot stamping, single or multi-level embossing, duplicate blocks, hot stamping for textured surfaces, gilding dyes, two-level embossing, curved gilding stamps, and so on. So here you have examples of effects that can be achieved. So we have flat foil, textured, micro-etched, and an anti-counterfeiting effect. The materials they use are magnesium, brass, aluminum, polymer, and resin. Needless to say that they're very effective regarding the delivery schedule, and you will find their contact information in the description box of this video. Okay, so here we will move to our next partner, ARCONVERT. So as you can see, pressure-sensitive labels represent today 50% of the turnover of the Fedrogoni Group. I always have trouble pronouncing that name. So the group counts a total of 17 production lines, 9 production centers, 90 slitters, and 14 slitting and distribution centers. Those are based all over the world, as you can see on this slide. And they're one of the only 2 groups disposing of the full range of self-adhesive technologies existing today, giving them access to infinite end uses. Now let's focus on the Mantra range that we will use during our live demonstrations today. So the Mantra range is famous for its excellent range of special films and papers, all with top-of-the-notch performances. Different treatments are available, as you can see on this slide. So if you want to contact them, you will also find their information in the description box. Finally, our partner INNOVIA. So INNOVIA is specialized in making BOP films for label applications. They have 6 production sites that are represented in orange on the map, 16 sales technical offices represented in blue, 2 R&D centers that you can see in green, and over 1,400 employees in over 100 countries. So on this slide, you can see where their premises are located. So we have Australia, Mexico, the United Kingdom, Belgium, Poland, and Germany. So their products are used in different markets, such as the label market, the packaging market, the tobacco market, or even the security market. Here you have an example of what they can do. So we have pressure-sensitive labels, wraparound labels, in-mold labels, and cotton stack labels. What's great about INNOVIA is that they offer carbon-neutral films. So indeed, they have BOP films with bioresins for carbon neutrality and PCR for circular economy. All right, so thank you for being with us for those presentations. So now we're going to move to the most exciting part of our webinar, which is the live demonstrations of our machines. So excuse me just one second. Up. So now I'm going to welcome back Benoit from CODIMAG. Hi, Benoit, can you hear me?
Yes, of course, I hear you. I hope that you hear me as well. So I will have the honor to introduce the first live demo So we are printing right now on a DOPP film. As you said, it's a DOPP 70 microns for in-mold labels. And we are printing the Avengers, the superheroes of the Label French Tech. So the demo will be held by Ricardo. Some of you may know already. He's the after sales manager for International. And we will run 2 jobs on this press. So we will have a lot of work for this Friday afternoon because we will print this job and then we'll print another one while GIC will cut and stack the in-mold labels we are printing. So first of all, I want to introduce you to the Viva 340 Evolution, which is this press. It's a roll-to-roll press with 6 anti-flow units. So as I said, it's a semi-rotary press. So you see here, semi-rotary web movement. And if I start from the unwinder, this is a very simple press with only 6 anti-flow units without finishing options. So you may ask, why do we have any finishing options on this press? The answer is because we have more and more customers who want to do the finishing offline. Another machine, for example, from SMAG or GIC, and this machine is only for printing like a digital press would do. So we have here the unwinder, the web guide with the splicing table, and then we convert the movement from rotary to semi-rotary. Let me show you. Here you see the dancer is converting the movement. So we have 6 anti-flow units, so we can print in expanded gamut printing. And I will show you, here I will stop the machine to show you in more detail what is the anti-flow unit. So you have seen the schematic earlier, but here it's with the ink, so it's a waterless offset UV ink. And then after this ink chamber, such as Flexo, you have an annie.lox. This annie.lox is quite special because of the engraver, but also because it's temperature regulated. The temperature inside the annie.lox is regulated by a water circuit, and thanks to that, we can play with the temperature and then on the viscosity of the ink. Thus, we can adjust the inking by just changing the temperature inside the annie.lox. No need to change the annie.lox. No need to adjust inky settings to open or close to adjust the inking. No, with the annie flow, it's only a question of temperature. And as it is calibrated at a certain temperature, you know precisely before going on press what you will achieve. If you really want to change because you think your Pantone is not dark enough, you can play with the viscosity of the ink and then adjust the inking. Then you have the foam roller blanket to transfer the ink to the plate. The foam roller blanket avoids all the rubber rollers, so as I said earlier, no ghosting, no inertia. And the waterless offset plate with it can be imaged with a conventional CTP, offset CTP, and the printing blanket. When you change the format, thanks to semi-rotary, no need to change the cylinders. Just adjust the blanket length. No need to change the blanket, just adjust the length to the new format, and you can start the new job. The temperature control inside the anti-flow unit is really important because we control the temperature on the annie.lox, on the plate cylinder to avoid toning, and we have also a temperature control on the blanket. I will show you on the other unit here. You see this infrared lamp? It's a technology patented by CODIMAG. This infrared is here to control the temperature of the blanket and then hit when the speed is increasing. The fact is, this blanket's heating is important to control the stability of the inking when you increase the press speed. The goal of the annie flow is to keep the ink stability and the printing result, whatever the speed, whatever the conditions. And to achieve this, we need to help the blanket transfer the ink on the substrate with this patented solution. Thanks to that, you can adjust and set up your job at low speed, and then when you increase at production speed, you get the exact same result. After every unit, you have UV dryers. We are working with IST. You can choose both conventional or LED system. And then you have the rewinder. Of course, you have the camera control to inspect the web. And we have also other inspection systems we are working with. So you see a new system from a young startup in France called Odesio for color inspection. So we are printing this roll. I increase a little bit the speed because I know that the JC machine will cut and stack it. It's quite performing as well, so we need a speed. We have the automatic register, which is controlling the register between all the units. So here we are. Now we will stop the press, cut the web, and virtually ship the roll to GIC, who will cut and stack this Avengers job. And during the presentation of GIC, we will set up a new job. You see here the plates that are already ready. And this new job will be set up during the GIC presentation, and in a few minutes, we will print this new job live in front of you.
Thank you very much, Benoit. We're going to go back to the CODIMAG presentation in a few minutes. So now I will leave you with the live demonstration from GIC.
Hello, you heard me? It's okay?
Yeah, hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Benoit, for this demonstration and this beautiful role of the Super Avengers print of your partner support, INNOVIA. Welcome to GIC, more especially in the factory of GIC. It's a pleasure to be with you today for presenting the Dixie 44 IML. Like you can hear in the name of the machine, it's a machine for the in-mold label finishing market, but it can also use for the adhesive label. I don't know if everybody know the EML, so I'll just explain a little bit what is in-mold label. You can come with me and see here in this table different size, shape of label, longer, smaller, with shape really different, like we are printing today and cutting the Avenger. The IML product, it's a dry label in BOPP, around 40, 70 micron, or it's in polypro to the cast series. IML, what is this exactly? So the injector takes the label when it is printing and finishing, and they're going to inject during the molding. And what is the objective? It's when you have a finished product, for example, it's a product here, it's a butter, you can see the label, it's completely integrates to the finished product. You can find everywhere this type of product, food, industrial, or cosmetic. It's every part of your life you have seen sometimes the like in-mold label module. Sorry. For your reference, the world consumption, it's about 40 million tons per year, with an increase of 2 digits on the last 3 years. Now I'm going to present you the Dixie IML equipment, existing on 2 web-wide versions. 44 millimeter and 530 millimeter. Servo-driven equipment and very easy to use, allowing to quick change over the production with the possibility to memorize the different job of the machine by the operator. Let me start more specially each module compose this equipment. First of all, we have the unwinder. The existing at 800 millimeter diameter, but we have also the possibility to have a 1000 millimeter diameter. Of course, the regulation is fully automatic without any adjustment, allowing high-speed operation. We have integrate an ultrasonic web guide with this splicing table. It directly integrates for help the operator for change the role for sure. Now the next step, it's only use or in general use for the adhesive. It's the cutting unit, the slitting cutting unit. The operator can easy remove the cassette, put the different blade, so we can work with rotary blade or razor blade. And when you have finished the mounting, come back again on the machine and find the adjustment just here. The next step, it's the magnetic cylinder, the die cutting magnetic cylinder. It's especially designed for the IML application because materials are extremely hard with a high density. It requires having a very specific group architecture with a high precision. Of course, it's equipped with adjustment screw for adjust the pressure of the magnetic plate. And you have a lifting system to facilitate the installation of the magnetic plate by the cylinder. After that, just one more information important. This equipment can be fitted with handling tools, allowing to release an existing magnetic cylinder and to position a new one in less than 10 minutes. Just at the end of the die cutting unit, we can see here a suction conveyor, which allows extremely precise transport of the label. I remind you, it's the IML label, it's extremely thin, namely between 40 and 17 microns. I can show you just quickly here the touch panel. All the modules can be adjusted directly by the operator. And we are directly on a system for adjusting with precision the die cutting label. We can move to 0.1 millimeter if necessary. The second part of the equipment concerns the transport and the stacking. Actually, we are going to present to a first mode, named its sheet mode. Like you can see, so the label is coming to the conveyor belt, arrive on the delivery table, the machine stops, eject the label, and this is going to the delivery table. So this mode actually, so we up the speed a little bit more just to show you. We are create a really little stack for all the process of the machine, like ejection. So we are going to start to 80 meters by minute. The sheet arrives on the stacker. Automatically, the machine stops, eject, and the label, the packet, go on the delivery table. Now, your Super Avengers operator going to change the system, the equipment, sorry, to a new mode we are creating on this machine. We call this new mode a sliding mode, sorry for the pronunciation. and we are going to show. The big difference now you can see, it's the sheet arrive on the conveyor, and now all the label it's one on the other. What is the objective? I explain you now. When we have a new change table now, the machine non-stop. That means the counter arrives to the quantity necessary programmed by the operator. The machine creates an offset, and without stop the machine, all the label is go on the conveyor table, and you can see the machine never stops. That means we increase the productivity of the machine around 30%. You can see again here, we are working actually in one-up application. For sure, we have the possibility to work in 2, 3, or more ups, depending on the format. I hope this demonstration allowed you to discover the Dixie 44 IML. Please keep in mind, GIC offers a fairly extensive range with solutions for digital or RFID, and we stay at your disposition if you have any question at the end of the show or in the future. Do not hesitate to contact me. I hope it's a pleasure to be here with you, with my team. And I give again the end to Benoit. It's changing now the role and send this role back to SMAG. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much, Franck. So now going back to Benoit.
Yes,
can you hear me, Benoit?
Hear you. Thank you very much, Frank. I think we all have some issues, and some of you have seen the complete job change, but we don't cheat. In a former webinar, a customer asked us if we have changed the machine and why we have exchanged the job so quickly. But no, there is no cheat. The only trick is ANIFO. So here you see, we have set up the new job in register. You see here. This is not the same paper. We have changed the role. Now it's ARCONVERT Picasso X-Dry texture paper for wine business. We have changed the formats. We have gone from 292 to 244. We have changed the width, which was 333. Now it's 330. And we have wasted 20 meters. So this is clearly showing how quickly you can change a job, how quickly you can change the substrate on this paddle press. And now let's print, because I know that the machine from SMAG and SERAME requires a larger roll, and I need to improve the speed so that they have sufficient substrate to make their demo. So we are now at nearly 16,000 strokes per hour, 65 meters per minute, and the automatic register is containing all the color in register. So now I give the hand to Stefan, who will show you how we can embellish this role. And thank you everyone for having attended this live demo. And of course, if you have any question, we'll be glad to answer.
Thank you very much, Benoit, for this presentation. Hi, Mr. Rato, can you hear me?
Good morning for everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfectly. So good morning once again. It's a pleasure for me, for my team, and for the Label French Tech to welcome you today on our showroom. My name is Stéphane Rato, and I'm the managing director of SMAG in France. Today we are going to speak about finishing, converting, but most important, we are going to speak about added value and differentiation. Before to jump on the machine, I'm going to explain you the process, which type of finishing and added value we are going to bring today based on the roll printed on the Annie flow from CODIMAG. So let's have a look. Benoit has printed 4 labels on the same web. First label, we bring some added value with a silver textured foil, and the foil plate is made by EPGA, which is our partner. You see this wonderful effect with the effect hour, and in the same time we are screen printing the pearl varnish in order to give the tactile effect and also this purple effect that you can see on the video right now. Second label, we bring matte gold hot stamping and we emboss in the same time. So we are making a dual operation, foiling and embossing in the same time. In fact, we are making a triple operation. We are making the silver foil, the gold foil, and we emboss the gold foil at the same time. And we are also adding the screen with a pearl varnish with a small diamond that you can see on the labels. Third labels, same process, the pearl screen effect, and also the foil and embossing effect in the same time. And the last one, hot foil and embossing on the sirena, and also this pearl effect on the fruits. Now, let's move to the printing machine from the roll that we received from our friend Benoit. So what you are going to see today is the eye concept. The eye concept is a modular platform based on the icon line. You see the different modules that we are going to present you in a few seconds, which are composed from flexo, foil, screen, semi-rotary die, waste matrix, slitting, and rewinding. Let's now move step by step through the machine in order to that I'm able to explain you all the modules. Let's start by the beginning, the unwinder. So we have an unwinder with a roll diameter of 800 millimeters, a splicing table with an ultrasonic waveguide, a corona treatment, and then we enter to the first module of finishing, flexo station. The flexo station is able to run either full rotary or semi-rotary. In this case today we are working full rotary in order to apply a full varnish. But it's not only a varnishing station, it's really a printing station. So it's really a flexo station equipped with ink tray, annie.lox, printing cylinder or tinting cylinder, which has a very easy access. You just drop the cylinder on top of the machine. Then we have a UV curing. It's a stepless UV station from GW. And you have also at the entry of the unit a sensor in order to register when you work on semi-rotary mode, but even when you work on a full rotary mode to apply full varnish, the sensor is very useful because the sensor is going to stop the web between two labels in order that you have no mark when you stop and start the station. Then we move to the next unit, which is a hot stamping unit. The hot stamping unit from SMAG is really one of the references in the market. Let's go now to the top of the unit. We have a revolver head. So you can see we have two foils across the web. Why two foil? As I have explained to you before, we are doing the silver foil and also the matte foil. We have also a compensation trolley in order to be able to do foil saving. Let's move now to the head by himself. So it's a 4 columns head with a double press system, auto lubrication system, and the unit is completely servo drive. On the bottom of the unit, you have an embossing cassette. So the embossing cassette is able to fit the male and female tools together in order to do all the adjustment in the length across in the same time. Then we move to the compensation trolley. Why a compensation trolley? If you have paid attention, the web movement between the modules are continuous. And then inside each unit, we have a compensation trolley in order to change the movement of the web to a step-by-step movement for the hot stamping unit. For the screen unit, it will be the same function, but on the semi-rotary flexo and semi-rotary die, we'll have different modules in terms of compensation trolley. As I explained to you, each unit is independent in terms of repeat lengths. So we can have different repeat lengths according to the modules. For example, on the hot stamping unit, we can foil 150 millimeters. On the screen unit, we can screen print 300 millimeters. On the die, we can die cutting 200 millimeters. So each unit is independent in terms of registration. You can see on the video the touchscreen panel. So we have an individual touchscreen panel in front of each unit. So you are able to set up your unit individually. And also you have a central panel at the end of the machine. Let's move now to the screen station. The screen station is really the DNA of SMAG. We are building screen printing station since more than 40 years now. Let's split the explanation in 3 parts. First of all, the screen unit. Screen unit is completely servo drive. So you have the float bar and the squeegee, which are also completely servo drive, pressure adjustment. The unit by himself is mounted on 6 columns in order to have a very stable unit. And we have a vacuum system under the unit. The vacuum is on when we are printing and off when we are releasing the web. Then we have the UV curing station. It's important to know, as Dario has mentioned to you during the presentation, it's a cassette system. So we are able to interchange the cassette with hot air, with infrared, with the near drying station when we are working in the electronic industry. Same that on the hot stamping unit and on the other modules, we have a compensation trolley in order to change the web movement to a step-by-step web movement. It's important to also to understand that, as I mentioned to you, each unit is independent, but is also independent in terms of registration. So each unit has its own registration process. Let's move to the next unit now. The semi-rotary die cutting station. So we are using a 3-cylinder technology in order to have a very stable unit. It's a semi-rotary station, so we have one cylinder of your choice. Basically, it's a 20 or 24 inches cylinder, which is working on a semi-rotary mode. So it means for 20 inches, you can cover all the size between 80 millimeters to 450 millimeters. On the top of the unit, you have a pressure gauge system, a gap master, and same that on the rest of the machine, you have a compensation trolley in order to adapt the web movement to the process that we are using. Speed of the machine is 25 meters per minute. Waste matrix systems, so it's a non-contact waste matrix system in order to able to achieve high speed when we are using the machine only with the semi-rotary die station, and also in order to be able to waste matrix difficult shape. We move now to the next station, which is a slitting section. So we are at the end of the machine. Slitting, we have different slitting process available. In the demonstration, we have choose to use two process, razor blade and automatic slitting section. Let's have a look on the slitting section quickly. So automatic slitting section, you are able to set up exactly the distance between the knife, and you are able to save some time during the setup of the machine. And we move to the end of the machine on the rewinding section. Same, we have different models available. In our present demonstration, we are using a semi-automatic turret rewinder with two shafts. This is only an example of configurations that we are able to manufacture. The high concept, as I mentioned to you, is a modular platform, so you can choose and create the machine according your need and according your market. Last point, which is also very important, the high concept is based on the 4.0 technology. So you are able to connect your machine to your ERP in order to preset your machine, in order to save the job, and in order to do all the maintenance at distance. This is the end of my presentation. I would like to thank all my team, especially Ibat, Dario, which is behind the camera, Aurélien, which is our operator. You can join us. Okay, you probably know him because he's making also all the demonstration and all installation worldwide. I would like also to thank all my partners. I forget to mention. So I introduced you EPGA, but I forget to mention VFP for the screen side, Kurtz also for the hot stamping, and of course Santerre, which has supplied us all the substrate. Thanks to the rest of the Label French team, and now I pass the role to Charles in order to do all the finishing in terms of non-stop rewinding.
Thank
Charles,
you, Stéphane.
The role is for you. Let's go. Good luck.
Up. Thank you, Stéphane. I just received the roll here, and it's beautiful. Very good job. At SERAME, we will show you how to go from this to finished roll, like this, ready to be shipped to your customers. So for that, we have our non-stop turret rewinder. Here we have an offline installation with a regular unwinder we have our slitting unit with automatic positioning of the knife and the counter knife. And we have our non-stop turret rewinder with 4 shafts. The installation could have been in line with CODIMAG printing machine or with SMAG embellishing machine. All our non-stop rewinder are available in different widths: 250, 340, 430, and 520 millimeters. As said before, here we don't have many options shown on the machine, except the automatic gluing. The machine could have been upgraded with automatic core positioning and automatic rolls ejection. We also have an option to close the roll with a label. Here, in that specific case, the roll is closed with hot melt glue. You have to know that all our non-stop rewinder are doing are doing clockwise rewinding and anti-clockwise rewinding. It's as a standard on all our machine, and that's one of our specialty. So the splice and cut, we're gonna focus on the splice and cut now. So the arm is in resting position now. It's over here, and you'd see it will come very close to the shaft before the splicing, and it will splice and cut regarding a number of label, a roll diameter, or a linear footage. So the arm is now in position. We will apply glue and we cut and splice, and we start again a new cycle. Here we are running to a speed of 60 meters per minute, mainly to avoid to waste so many material, but our machine can go up to 150 meters per minute. We will speed up later. You also have to know that our non-stop rewinder dedicated to pharmaceutical or cosmetic industry can go up to 200 meters per minute. Here we are working on air shaft of 40 millimeters diameter. We could have used 25 millimeter or 76 millimeter air shaft for the same operation. We are also able to work with 19 millimeter air shaft with a specific arm that follows the air shaft during its rotation. All the 4 shafts as a utility, all the 4 different air shafts as a utility. One to rewind the rolls, another one here to close the rolls. This one with the automatic ejection will eject the rolls, and with automatic core loading, this air shaft will load the core automatically, so your operator won't have anything to do. As said before, our machine is a slave. Our machine is a slave machine, so compatible to any kind of printing machine. I will now move to our slitting unit. So we will stop slowly the machine after the cycle change, and I will show you how we can reset and apply automatically the knife and the counter knife. So we are slowing down the machine. We are stopping the machine up. We adjust the position, and here we set up. So we are reading the space in between labels. The knife and the counter knife will go back to the warehouse. We have 12 knife and counter knife in the warehouse, and we have a fiber cell that's reading the space in between labels, so it will come and apply the knife and the counter knife in the correct position. So we place 2 knives, as we have 3 individual web widths, and we will put them in contact with the counter knife and start to run again. So the knives are now in contact. So as you can see here, we have 3 individual web widths. If we are here, we have a spreader cylinder that allows us to separate, to give a space in between the web widths, as you can see here. So that avoid us to have the different web widths to marry each other. So we are ready to run again. We have a terminal operator with all the setup. We can handle the web tension regulation. And we're gonna increase up to 100 meters per minute. Or we are 150 meters per minute now. And we're gonna do 3 full cycle at this speed. Okay, so that's a splice. So the roll is growing quickly, as you see. So here, as I said before, the cycle time on our non-stop turret rewinder is 17 seconds with all the options set up. So you can do 3 cycle a minute, and it's perfect for very small rolls, 50 or 40 linear meter. And we're gonna stop the machine now. That's the end of our demo. Thank you all very much for your attention. Please do not hesitate to contact us. And now that's a roll that we've just produced thanks to our non-stop turret rewinder. Iba, thank you very much for your work. And I see you all during the Q&A session right now.
Thank you, Charles. So now we're going to start our Q&A session. So I'm going to welcome back Mr. Stéphane Rateau from SMAG Graphique.
Hello, everybody.
From CODIMAG.
Hi, everyone.
Dario from SMAG.
Dario is on his way.
He's on his way. He's coming. All right, and now we're just waiting for Charles from SERAME to join back to join us back again. So just a small precision about the 5th member of the Label French Tech Club MGE. They're hosting their own webinars on Google Meet because their technologies require more time. So if you want to join them on Google Meet, please register on labelfrenchtech.com. I'm going to show you the address on the screen. So here you have it. Up. And welcome back, Charles.
Thank you. I'm back in my office.
Now we're just waiting for Dario. I think he won't be long to join us. So I'm going to see the comments section on YouTube. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask us on the live chat. Already looking for questions. Comment. Oh. All right, so first question from Nicolas Faure. So he says that he understood that the AnyFlow is okay for medium run length, but what is short to medium run length? Is it also good for that range or not?
Yeah, that's a good question. In fact, it depends on the market, and it depends. When I say market, it can be both vertical markets or geographical markets. Usually, I take this example when I try to explain what is short to medium run. In Europe, it's roughly between 500 meters and 10,000 meters. But when I'm in China, short run is below 10,000 meters. So it depends on the country you're in. Let's say in Europe, the average run length is roughly 4,000 meters in run length, and this is let's say medium run. And for this kind of run length, annie.flow technology is certainly the most cost-efficient solution to produce labels, because if you take the total cost of ownership of our equipment for this kind of run length, you get the lowest cost for sure. For jobs below 300 meters, digital is maybe more cost efficient. And for run over 15,000 meters, let's say that rotary flexo or rotary offset is more efficient. But in between, annie.flow is clearly the most cost-efficient solution. And when we're looking at the numbers of our customers, what they are producing with our machine, we see that on the latest Viva 340, half of their job are below 1,000 meters, which is quite short. And on the Viva 420, let's say that most of their job are below 5,000 meters.
All right, so next question from Nicolas Faure, also for CODIMAG. So he asks if annie.flow is the only printing unit on your machines, on the CODIMAG machines.
No. On the machine you have seen, there is only annie.flow units, because we wanted to focus on this printing units and let GIC, SERAME, and SMAG exhibit the machine with more added value on the units and on the press. But also at CODIMAG, if you want to have inline finishing units, we can offer hot foil, screen printing, embossing, flatbed, whatever, die cut, varnish, of course, lamination. But it depends on the choice of the customer. And as I said earlier, more and more customers are already equipped with offline finishing. That's why we have made this product.
All right, thank you very much, Benoit. So I also received a few questions on my phone. So we have a question from Annie from Sweden. She asks, that's a question for GIC, I suppose. Is it possible to have a flexo unit at the entrance of the machine? And can you make other materials than BOP, for example, adhesive?
Thank you for the question. Yes, we have completely the possibility to have one flexo group when we start the machine. It's a good question, because sometimes we need to put a varnish or UV varnish after the printing. And for the other question, if we can use for another type of material, yes, we can use the machine for adhesive, for example. If you have to put a hole just for cutting the machine, we have the possibility to do that, to go roll to roll. It's completely possible.
All right, perfect. So here I have a question for SMAG Graphique from Spain. What is the maximum number of modules on the iConcept? And can I insert an RFID module on an iConcept?
Mr. Dario?
Actually, there's no limitation in the number of modules. The limitation is with your imagination and the space available in your factory. So each module has its own motion, electrical, and moreover, tension control. So it means there is no physical limitation of the distance between the unwinder and the rewinder, because in each processes, the web is held by the servo motorization in feed and out feed. So it gives you the possibility to add any modules, any process you may need, with having always the same tension control capabilities. To answer the second question, RFID, of course, it's part of the Icon line. So you can have, for instance, unwinder, flexo, RFID inserter, die cutting station, and RFID encoder and controller, and lamination and rewinder. This is a composition that actually already exists to one of our customers.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dario, for the answer. So now I have a question from Mr. Sutzman for GIC. So he asks if you can make multiple streams of IML labels.
If I understand well, stream, I think you mean different up. Actually, we are running in one up, but for sure we have the possibility to going more to 6 up. That means 6 different labels arrive in the stacker without any problem.
A second question from Mr. Sven. I hope that I pronounced your name correctly. If not, I apologize. For GIC as well. So what time does it take to set up from one job to another on the stacking device?
It's really easy to change two different jobs. So if you have to set everyone, for example, the die cutting unit, if you need to change the magnetic, it's around 10 minutes. And after the adjustment of the stacker, it's a really easy part. You can just remove and add how much you need. So for change the production, I mean, it's a 15 minutes maximum for change to roll, magnetic, and adjust the stacker.
So we have a question, another question from Nicolas Faure. I think it's for SERAME. Correct me if I'm wrong. So he says,
it seems
is it possible, I guess
to install a non-stop rewinder on my actual printing press? Yes, of course. As I said before, and I hope you understood it, we are compatible with any kind of printing press. We just have an encoder that we will apply on your current printing machine to take speed information, and then we exchange contacts. So we are totally able to set up a non-stop rewinder or your current press. So there's no matter for branding or age or anything. It's compatible.
Okay, another question for SERAME from Mr. Sussman. Do you have an end roll close-in with inline inkjet individual data printed?
Yes, totally. So that's part of that's one of our options. So we can close the roll with a label printed individually with inkjet. We work with CAB, C-A-B, I don't know if it says CAB, I think so. And we apply them automatically, so you just have to set up the information you want. It will be printed and applied to your roll. For example, let's say that you're producing digitally labels for I don't know, for food, and you want to have different datas. You just have to set up that in the beginning, and we will automatically apply the correct label to the correct roll and be able to close it.
All right. So now moving to a few other questions that I received on my phone. So we have a question from Portugal for SMAG. So it's Vasco who asks, if I want to purchase a flexo and die machine, should I choose an iConcept?
No, you need to, I mean, in fact, basically, the machine between the inside the Icon platform are completely compatible. So if you want, if they want to have just a varnishing and die cutting, the machine that will be either ARCONVERT or ARCONVERT Lite. The ARCONVERT is completely modular, and you can add later on a foil unit and screen unit. And that's the difference that the ARCONVERT Lite will not be compatible. So to answer the question, if it's just a varnish and die cutting, this is Icon platform and in the range of the ARCONVERT, but the ARCONVERT can move to the iConcept as soon as you add a snapping and screen unit.
Perfect. Thank you for this answer. Now I have a question from Stefan from the UK for CODIMAG. So Stefan asks, could you explain how expanded gamut printing can be done on the Viva?
So expanded gamut printing, that means you convert your PNS color into a separation of fixed colors. CMYK is quite common, but for colors which are in the orange or green or violet, you may add one of these colors, and then you will be able to reach the Pantone by mixing the dots on the plate and then achieve the color consistency and the color matching you want. This is really a strong advantage because thanks to that you have to change the inks inside the units to avoid all the wash-up times of the unit, even if it's quite quick on the AnyFlow unit. You are saving a lot of time and you can just print on the machine without thinking, oh, okay, I have to change because I have this Pantone 438 to print. Before going on press, you are able to say, okay, this Pantone, I can print it with, I don't know, 35% of cyan, 15% of black, and 72% of orange, and then you get it immediately on the substrate because you know before going on press that you can reach this color with tolerance in delta E that it is already controlled. And this is really important because when you are setting up a new job, you are waiting to register, to prepare, and so on. But quite often, you are also waiting because you want to match the color that your customer is expecting. And for that, knowing before going on press that you are able to match this color instantly, this is very useful for you, for your production, for your customers, because you can send him a proof of what you will get on your press. We are able to simulate what will be on the press by using a proofing machine, and then you can instantly matching the color and then reduce the set time and waste and just produce on the press. Your machine is here to produce, just use it to produce, not to set up, not to lose time, just produce and earn money with the good labels you're printing with your machine.
Thank you, Benoit. So I have another question for you from Charles from Switzerland, who asks whether the AnyFlow is the only printing units you have on the CODIMAG machines.
Right. It's for Benoit, I think.
Mm-hmm. It is for Benoit. Benoit, can you hear me?
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
Yes, so Charles from Switzerland asks, does CODIMAG have only AnyFlow printing units on their machines?
I'm sorry, I don't hear you quite well.
It's okay, I think we're going to try that again in just a few minutes. Just after a question for Charles from SERAME this time, not from Switzerland. So James from Austria asks, is it possible to keep my actual rewinder, one shaft rewinder, and also have a non-stop turret rewinder?
Yes, of course. To have a non-stop turret rewinder doesn't. You're not obliged to remove your mono rewinder. So on the majority of our installation, our non-stop turret rewinder will come after your mono rewinder. So it's absolutely possible. You will have the web going through the end of your machine to the entrance of our non-stop turret rewinder, and then we can slit them and rewind them. So it's totally possible. So you can do big rolls on your mono rewinder and very small rolls on our turret rewinder, which gives you a great advantage.
Thank you, Charles. So our partner from EPGA asks CODIMAG, why is there a lamp on the entrance of the machine, at the entrance of the machine?
Yeah, this is an infrared lamp. This lamp is here to preheat the web because, as I was explaining on the machine, we have infrared lamp in front of each blanket to ease the transfer between blanket and the substrate. But when you're working in a factory which is quite cold, the substrate itself can be very cold. So to ease the transfer on the cold substrate, we preheat the web, and then even on the first annie-flow unit, you get the perfect results by printing the blanket, which can be hot, but also on the substrate, which is regulated in temperature. And there is also another interesting thing about it. It's controlling a web in a narrow web business is really important, of course, but especially in semi-rotary. Because of the web movement, it's really important to control and to guide the web inside the machine. And for that, you need to control the temperature of the substrate all along the press, because if you don't have the same temperature at the entrance of the press and at the end of the press, you may have some registers issue or web guiding issues. And thanks to this lamp, we also manage to control the web and control the temperature of the web all along the printing process inside the machine.
Thank you, Benoit. So I have another question for SERAME. Mr. Sutzman asks, can you run PS materials and flexible mono materials for sachets and pouches on the same machine?
Sorry, I'm back. I'm back here. Hey Kim, that's a good question. Yes, it's feasible, but you need to take care of the thickness of the different materials. The thickness variation will give you depend on your thickness. It's feasible, but not for all thickness. So if you get something very thick in the end, we might need to change some parts on the machine shown there. But I will be pleased to answer you more in detail if you shoot me an email with the different material thickness and tolerances you have.
Okay, perfect. So now looking for other questions. Don't hesitate to ask us your questions. We're still here to answer them. I know that there's a delay of 30 seconds between the moment you type your questions and the moment I receive them. So I'm going to wait a little bit just in case.
I think there is a question also about the price for waterless offset plates. It depends also on the country and the dealer you're working with. But let's say on the average, 2.5, 3 euros per plate for the Viva 340. And this is how we're calculating the savings you can make compared to Flexo. For Flexo plates, let's say it's 30 euros per Flexo plate. So the price difference between Flex plates and offset plates is very big, and so it's very important for short run. The other thing is, with Viva, and especially with expanded gamut printing, you need less units to print the same color than Flexo. In Flexo, you will use CMYK plus X Pantones, and sometimes you have 2 units with the same inks because one you're printing a very thin text, and on the other one you're printing a full slate. So in offset, this doesn't exist. So quite often, when you are using 6 or 7 Flexo plates to print a job, on the AnyFlow, you can print the same job by using only 4 plates. So the price difference at the end is really big.
All right, so I have a question from Nicolas, who asks, have you already organized technical cooperation between your companies?
Shall I answer?
Stéphane, yeah, you can answer.
Yeah. Promote our technology.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rato, we had a technical problem with your sound. Could you please repeat what you said because we didn't hear you?
I'm going to move.
Between the same time we respond.
Can you
I can answer to this question too. We have organized, for example, GIC and SERAME. It's not the first time we are working together. We have some different customers. We have installing some machine, and the customer installing before or after, for example, a non-stop rewinder. So we have communicate together for have the good communication between the equipment and install together the different modules. And now I think we have refound.
Yes. Hi, Mr. Rato. Can you hear us again?
Yes, thank you, Frank. Can you hear me? Please?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, perfectly. So I was explaining you that one of the concepts of the Label French Tech is to organize event promotion of our technology. But the second step, second reason of the Label French Tech, which is for me the most important, is to be able to exchange our know-how and to exchange our technology. It means that each of us have some added value, some specialty, some very good know-how, and instead of trying to copy or to reinvent, it's really to exchange our technology. And for example, my side, to buy some non-stop winder from SERAME or to buy a sticker from VFP. And so use, in fact, the best of each company in order to keep our know-how inside our 5 companies.
Yes, the real objective of that is to have, we have the 5 company, we have a real complementarity between each company. It's work together. It's important for the end customer too, for have the best part of each company.
All right, perfect. So I don't think that I have any other questions. Guys, do you see any other questions on the YouTube feed? I don't have any questions from Facebook, that's for sure.
I think I saw a question about MGI. But I'm not sure.
But we already answered that one. This is why I did not.
Sorry.
It was about why isn't MGA with us today? So that's because their technologies require longer demonstration times.
Exactly.
So I'm double checking. All right, so I don't think I forgot any question. So do you guys have anything to add before the end of this webinar?
There's a last question for CODIMAG, and it was written twice actually.
Oh.
Going from Mr. Sussman.
Right.
Yeah. He has really, really good questions. And this one, I'm will be really happy to answer it. Yeah, back in time. You mean like 25 years ago, Waterless Assets had the reputation of being sensitive to environment inside the factory. It was true, because one of the main points of Waterless Assets is the temperature control, which has to be very precise on the plate cylinder. Of course, technology has evolved. We are working with Technotrans for 25 years at least. And this is a technology where we control at 1 degree the temperature of the plate cylinder. And this is really important because we are able to use this technology in many environments. And I often take the example of our Chinese customers. Why China? Because the temperature range is very big between winter, where it can be 2 degrees inside factory during winter, and summer, when sometimes it's 35 degrees inside the factory. and they have observed that the machine has the exact same result, whatever the temperature inside the factory is. They're really sensitive on the printing results because they are printing for very high-end wine and beverage companies in China, and they really enjoy our machine because it's repeatable. This is really important, and waterless offset is really repeatable, and the machine is not in air-con atmosphere at all, but the printing result is the same whatever the conditions are inside the factory. So I hope that answers the question.
All right. Do you guys see any other questions from your side?
Nope.
No.
Okay, I'm asking you this because on my side of the platform, if someone asks questions, I need to wait 30 seconds before receiving them. So I'd prefer asking you. All right, so do you have anything to add before the end of our webinar?
I just want to thank everyone for listening us, and I hope you guys had enjoyed the live demo, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you, Ibat. Thank you for your time keeping, because we are perfectly on time, 1 hour and 57 seconds.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you for this event, and looking forward to see you in real conditions. It was not so easy to organize this at the last minute with the conditions and the environments we are working on today, but I think we managed to do it. So congratulations to my partners of the Label French Tech Club, and to all the audience. Looking forward to seeing you in real.
Last point, and Charles has mentioned to point out that we are going to send to all of you who were online, or at least the ones that you have been able to register on our web page. You are going to receive at the end of the session some small reels of the jobs that we have conducted from SERAME, SMAG, CODIMAG, and GIC, and you will also receive some goodies and the brochure from all the Label French Tech members and all the partners.
All right, so as Stéphane said, to receive the reels and the gift, because we have a small gift for you, don't forget to register at labelfrenchtech.fr, or else we won't be able to know that you were with us today. So after you register, we'll be able to send you the reels and the small gift.
Bye to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.